Hello everyone, JRDL96 here with a brand new unboxing video, and as you can tell by the title, you know what it is. It's the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition, or the Super NES Classic Edition. Now, if you don't know, I've never told the story of how fucking ridiculous Nintendo is when it comes to something like this. But I'll get to that later. So let's just get through with the Super NES Classic Edition. You need to wake up. Looks really nice. Very, very nice. It really looks nice. Here's the thing. I never owned a Super Nintendo. And I know a lot of people have talked about probably these great games on that system, like A Link to the Past, Super Mario World, Star Fox, F-Zero, Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, and even Super Metroid, for crying out loud, and even Donkey Kong Country, and Mega Man X. I don't know. But back in 2016, Nintendo they announced the NES Classic Edition, and we all know what happened with that piece of shit, did ya? Nintendo, with their artificial scarcity, just had limited stock, 6 per store, had their GameStop associates fucking buy them before the stores opened, and then had Mr. Moneybags from Spyro the Dragon sell them for $10,000. It was bad, and Nintendo really fucked up, especially Amazon. And when the Super NES was announced, the Classic Edition for Super NES, I'm like, I'm not falling for your bullshit. I'm not falling for your bullshit. Even though they've been stating, oh, we will make sure that it's going to be up to the demand. We're going to be up to task with the demand. And what do you know? They've been kind of they kind of stuck with their word. They've been a little bit up to date with the stock, like not as bad as the NES was. But I remember like a few weeks ago, I saw like 9 of these on shelf. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. So this Super NES Classic Edition includes how many games? 21 pre-installed Super NES games. And it includes the official release of a game that was originally being developed for the Super Nintendo, but never got released. It got canceled near the end, and it was pretty much done and everything. And Star Fox 2. Star Fox 2 was supposed to come out around 1996, and it never got released because at the time the Nintendo 64 was coming out. So that's kind of weird that they were gonna they canceled it because of this Nintendo 64. It was complete. Like, they completed the game, but they never released it because of the fact that the Nintendo 64 was coming out. So I know for 3.5 minutes, I'm pretty sure the dislikes are starting already, but I'm gonna tell you all the names of all the games that are on the Super NES Classic Edition. Contra 3, The Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby Stream Course, Kirby Superstar, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Yoshi's Island, and Star Fox 2, which you can unlock when you beat the first level of Star Fox 1. So let's get down to business and open this little sucker. See what we're playing with. Now you're playing with Superpower. This is the first thing you'll see when you open up the tab. Now you're playing with Superpower, which is a kind of like a newer version of that slogan they had back in the 80s. Now you're playing with power. They even like made a different version for the Game Boy. I forgot what it was. Portable power. Alright. Okay, so what do we got here? We got a post. What is this? What is this? Okay. Warranty, blah blah blah. It's a kind of like a poster and an instructions on how to set it up. On the poster, it pretty much has like pretty much all the games that they have on, like some of the games, featured games: Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Mario Kart, Star Fox, F-Zero, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. It's like a miniature. It's like a poster on one side, but it's also, it shows you the instructions of how to start it up and how to set it up. Pretty much on there. You have your little cable, a little bit of a little one of the outlets with the plug, I guess, for USB. You plug the USB in it. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? First, we got the USB cable and HDMI cable, USB cable, and the power block. Look at this. This is actually the system itself, but we'll save that for last. And let's get with the controllers. I've never held a Super Nintendo controller before in my life. Man, this had to be a lot. I wish I could go back in time, back into the 90s, and witness like history happening back in the 90s and seeing like the war between Sega and Nintendo. What Sega does, what Nintendo don't. You know, remember that shit? Like I looked up online. So on the Super Nintendo controller, you have the X and Y buttons, the A and B buttons, start, select, the directional pad, the plus pad, and then the introduction of the L and R buttons. But the only difference between this one and the actual legitimate Super NES controller is its the plug itself. Remember this from like the Wii and the Wii U? Well, that's pretty much because then, like, I think like a third party development team made like that, because you can even plug it into like a Wii U Pro Control, like you pretty much into a Wii remote, and you could plug it in. But the problem is with, I think, the NES. I remember a lot of people complaining about the NES controller and how, for some fucking reason, the wire is like 2 feet, like this long, and they were complaining about the wire length because you want to play from a far distance. You want to lay back and play, but you have this fucking short ass distance to fucking do it in. Depends. It really depends. We're gonna wait and see. Let's see what happens. But the difference between the NES Classic Edition and the Super NES Classic Edition is that with the Super NES, it includes 2 controllers. But with the NES Classic Edition, it only had 1. And again, due to Mr. Moneybags and those scumbags online, that also fell victim to the fucking scalpers and shit. Look, I wanted to get it so fucking bad, and these fucking scumbags, I swear to God, this world is fucked up, pretty much. So this is the other controller. It includes 2 controllers. I know this unboxing is the worst, but I do what I like. I do my best. So, whatever. That's it for the controllers. Now we get down to the nitty gritty. Alrighty. here it is. Voila. That is actually pretty small. That is really, really small. Oh look, you actually have the original like controller. You see the original one, like the way the original plugs were for the controllers, and it looks like there's like a slot door that opens to reveal the new ones. So you got the power button. You got the power button right here. You just slide it. You can even hear the sound it makes. Alright, and then you have the reset button. And on the back you have the DC in and then HDMI out. Alrighty. Let's see the distance. How far this distance for the controller is going to be. We're going to set it in a specific distance away. See how far in length the NES, the Super NES Classic Edition, like how much length it covers. Alrighty. Let's like set it over here. Yeah, you're gonna have to like set it from like I have it at the edge of my bed and I'm like somewhat up here. So yeah, if you're probably gonna have, might have to get like at least an extension accessory at the store or whatever. But I think they kind of made it a little bit longer because of they probably heard all the complaints that the NES Classic Edition had because of that damn fucking short ass length of the controllers. Oh man, but yeah, that is the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition unboxing. The Super NES Classic Edition. Now, you're probably wondering, where's the NES Classic Edition? Here's my answer. I could never fucking find it. That's the problem. Let me tell you a story of my hell, my nightmare that I've been going through trying to find this fucking thing. This fucking thing, I swear to God, I remember the day that it launched, and I've been looking in stores, none at all. And I swear to God, I remember that somebody on my Facebook page yes, I do have a Facebook page for my YouTube channel. He messaged me and told me about, that they're going to have this, like, they're going to start taking, like, orders for the NES Classic Edition around 5:30. And I said, oh, okay. So the next thing you know, it's 5:30, and I put in my cart, I go to checkout, and I get this. Oh, I'm sorry, this item is not recognized in our catalog. Please try again. And I tried again, same thing, and then out of stock. And 2 minutes go by, and here I am in my car, screaming at the top of my lungs, like, are you fucking kidding me? I almost fucking said, fuck you, Nintendo. I'm done with you. I'm done with your shit. I don't give a shit about the Switch. It's probably gonna fucking flop. This is back in 2016. How funny. And then they bring me back with the reveal of the new games like Breath of the Wild and even Odyssey. But still, I was like fucking pissed at how Nintendo handled it. I was really annoyed at how Nintendo handled the fucking NES. And when they announced this, I'm like, here we go again. They're gonna do it a lot worse. But they've been they've been a man of their word, and they've been up to speed with they try their best to keep up with the demand. But I wish you could have done that with the NES Classic Edition. Now, I know you are probably screaming at me, but JRDO, the NES Classic Edition is coming back on June 29th. I know that, but is it going to be just like the launch? It's going to be like the launch. It's not going to be available in stores. Fucking shitheads from any store like Best Buy or Target or even Walmart, even GameStop, they're going to buy them before the stores open. They're going to have fucking bots in their computers fucking buy it a millisecond after it goes into stock. And I don't know. But this time, like, I know that they did say they're going to try to be like the Super NES and try to be up to date with the stock, but it's kind of like, my mouth is still sour. The taste is still sour. I'm still kind of a little, have a little bit of animosity towards Nintendo, how they handled it. Because the NES was the first console I ever played in my fucking life. The first console I've laid my hands on, and the first game I ever played was fucking Super Mario Bros. And I fucking sucked at it. But I had fun. Nintendo made me have fun. But they almost fucking ripped that fun out of me with the horse shit they had to put me through with that. And I want to send a message to Mr. Reggie Fils-Aimé and the current president of Nintendo, or the higher-ups of Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto, whoever. Please be up to speed and make sure that there's enough NES Classic Editions out there. Try to hook me up with one. I know that's not gonna happen, but seriously, I've been trying to fucking look for this for fucking ever. And then when you discontinued it in April last year, I got even more pissed off. It's funny that the NES Classic Edition, up until April 2017, sold 2.3 million units. 2.3 million units! But then the Super NES comes out, and in that span of like a few months, it got released in September, the Super NES, and I know that the NES got released in November, but still, the Super NES sold 5.28 million units as of March 31st, 2018. 5 million units! While the fucking NES sold 2 in like the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 months. And the Super NES was out 2 months earlier. For 7 months. And they still sell 5 million units. Double of the NES. And you're telling me that you're not prepared for that shit? That's what pissed me off. Because I know they're fucking lying through their teeth. If you really were not prepared, it's the console that brought back the fucking video game industry in the 80s after the fucking video game crash. So you're telling me that no one's going to be interested in buying a miniature version of your first console, the Famicom that got ported to here, a miniature version of this with 30 games pre-installed, 20, 30 games pre-installed onto this damn thing. You would think that no one would buy that, or would be interested in that. You gotta be out of your fucking minds with all those fucking mushrooms that Mario is fucking, the Tanuki Mario is fucking giving you. And, like, seriously. Alright, I'm done with my rants. I know it's gone off topic and this video's a clusterfuck. But that's what I do. Whatever comes to my mind is just what I say. And I know that the last 2 videos of mine have been, I'm pretty sure it's still, you kind of still hear it in my voice a little bit. I kind of lost my voice from screaming. Not necessarily screaming so loud, but doing that. From those 2 World War II videos. Ugh. God. That was fucking horrible. Just the bullshit. Because of earlier that day, I had a rough day at work, and that's probably the reason why I was that angry. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing of the Super NES Classic Edition plus rant. I don't know. It's just been a bunch of stuff that has been building inside of me for the last 2 years. Like, for the last year and a half. The bullshit I had to go through just to find the NES Classic, try to find the NES Classic Edition for $60 and not $300 or $1 million or $10,000, like when I saw one time on eBay. Now, the only thing that I really didn't have to pay that much money for on eBay was this amiibo. And do you remember, like, a lot of people compared the NES Classic Edition shortage to the amiibo shortage, the Great Amiibo Famine, as some people have called it. This amiibo I bought for $50 on eBay, a Golden Mario amiibo. I don't know, I just like the look of the Golden Mario. But it's funny, it was like a Toys R Us exclusive. Like, do you remember back in the day? Toys R Us exclusive. And then, like, months later, I see it at Best Buy. Same thing with Rosalina. See it at a different store instead of that Target exclusive that everybody went fucking crazy over. Like, God bless you guys. If you're dedicated to that, that's totally fine by me. I'm not going to judge you, but it's just kind of funny sometimes when... But I'm a part of that. I love I told you that I wanted to find the NES Classic Edition. I know I keep racing this up because it's a Super Nintendo, but still, it's something like that. It's something similar to that. And you're telling me that, oh, you're not prepared for you weren't prepared for the amount of the demand and supply? Yeah, your fucking mind. But wait, before we go, let's try this. Fit it into my pocket right here. I don't know, you can see. Put it in my pocket. You can pretty much fit this fucking thing in your pocket. That's fucking hilarious. You can fit this in your pocket. But anyways, and this is officially it on today's unboxing. I know it went very, very long. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Man, was that a voice crack. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to also check out my Instagram because I make cool ads and Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, even myself. I also do reenactments and cosplays on there, so go check it out if you want. Not judging you. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.